All right, let's talk about Tua. We got to see Tua back in action. Obviously, we're all concerned about his, injury history and his health. So I was, interested in seeing just how was he going to play once we finally got to see him in an actual football game again. And well, it started off not great. It actually started off in disaster. This is going to be the second snap he would take, where you see the concept on your screen. It's going to be a situation where Tua runs a play action, rolls out towards the bottom of the screen, and hopefully, given the fact that Houston is in zone coverage, guys will get out of position, and you can maybe have a window to make this throw if you're Tua. Watch how right when this play begins, Tua runs this play action, and, this is just not open. I mean, I'm assuming, part of me would wonder if sometimes, sometimes offensive linemen are in the way, and you can't see get a clear angle, and that's why you miss some guys. Although right here, that doesn't appear to be the case. There's no one really in his way. I don't know why he doesn't see the Houston player who's right on the screen, right above the player who Tua is wanting to throw to. He missed him. He just straight up missed him. Watch, Tua throws it directly into the hands of a defender. So, he looked healthy on that play, at least. Like, he didn't look like he was, not fully there. Just a bad play from Tua. And listen, like, it happens, not everyone's going to make a perfect read every single time. This was an imperfect read from Tua. I don't think there's any denying that. But moving on, I mean, okay, he had that one mistake, but after that, I thought things went really well for Tua. I thought he really, to me, showed me he is still Tua, and I'm actually pretty happy about what I saw from him and pretty optimistic about, what he's been able to do. Like this play, it's zone coverage. You see the route on the screen, so, okay, there probably will be a defender covering it, but it still could get open. Tua is going to take the snap right here. He looks over in that direction, and it's interesting, right? Because there's no separation, but here's the advantage. The defender who is covering the receiver Tua wants to throw to, look at where he's turned, and I guess it's a little hard to tell given the kind of bit of a, blurry footage, but his back is turned towards Tua. He cannot play the ball right here. Again, if Tua makes the throw, the receiver will have to adjust, and then the defender will know that the ball is coming, and he can adjust, but that split second is a huge advantage. So Tua knows this, and he's going to try to take a chance. And, for Tua, one of the criticisms about him has been his arm strength, but watch the zip on this ball. Tua gets it there in a hurry, puts it right on the money. Really smart play and just a good throw from Tua. So, again, something like that makes you say, okay, there's the Tua that we saw just kind of really dominate when he was on the field last year. You can say the situation all you want to. Certainly the situation helped, but he was also legitimately very good last year. And it was a lot of doing stuff like this play, and the fact that he still clearly has the physical capabilities to do it, to me says, okay, awesome, he looks good. Also, something like this was another really good one, where it's going to be zone coverage, and you see how this route can work, right? It's going to get into a gap in coverage kind of towards the, bottom third of the screen. So for the offense's left, underneath the corner who's going to be covering deep, but past the linebackers, there is a bubble for Tua to make this throw. So Tua takes a snap. He's going to look in that direction. He's going to fire in that direction. And I paused it right here. You can see this is not a big window to make this throw. There's a window. You can certainly see that, if it's if you're rendering this play on Blender, you can make it work, right? You can get the ball through there if that's something you wanted to do, but you can't be quite as precise in real life unless you're Tua on this play, I guess. Because watch how Tua does, in fact, make a perfectly accurate throw. And again, these were the things that when the Dolphins were at their best last year, it was because Tua was just consistently hitting on these plays, right? Whether it was high degree of difficulty or low degree of difficulty, he was consistently looking in the right area, getting the ball out when he should get the ball out, and making the throws correctly. Now, heading over here, I do have to be honest, big chunk of what happened in this game was kind of easier stuff. Like this play, it's going to be a 3rd down and 3. You have a receiver who's going to run just a quick route, try to get open in this scenario. I believe what happens here is this is man coverage, but a Houston player screws up. Because watch how when Tua takes the snap, all 3 Houston defenders turn their backs and start running deep down the field, whereas the player underneath is left completely wide open. I believe this was just an error, but, listen, you got a guy wide open, hit the guy wide open. That's going to be exactly what Tua does. And again, it's one of those things where you can take that several different ways. You could sit here and say, okay, there's luck involved there. I mean, you got someone wide open. Tua plays for the Miami Dolphins, he's going to get guys wide open. He's teammates with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Guys are going to get open. So just being able to give them the ball quickly, there still is value in that for one thing. But also, like, yeah, okay, that's fair. That's a fair thing to bring up. But it doesn't make it a bad thing by Tua by any means. He hit the open guy. That's what he's supposed to do. What else are you supposed to do? When he has to make the tough throws, he makes those as well. So no, I think that it's still a good thing that Tua is making these throws. So what do we make from all this? What have we learned here about Tua? I mean, I think we've actually learned a decent bit, right? Because the question with Tua, it's a little different than some other players. Like if we're talking about a rookie, like Bryce Young, for example, we see him play. The question with him is he going to be good right away, or is it going to take him some time, or will he ever be good? However, with Tua, it's different. We know Tua can be good. We know Tua has that ability. So I'm not evaluating his performance necessarily to see if he's having a good performance or if he's still good. It's more so to see just, again, how healthy does he look, because he has had his share of injuries. And again, head injuries are weird, right? I mean, that's just what has to be said, is there's a difference between a head injury and and other types of injuries. So we don't know exactly, just because he looked solid in a preseason performance, what does that mean? Well, we just don't know exactly. But the fact that he did come in and look solid, I think, to me, at the very least, shows there was maybe that small concern of, like, is he going to have, like, some long-term effects? It doesn't seem to be the case, I hope. Again, head injuries are weird, but at least in terms of a football perspective, which is a lot, less serious of a thing to talk about, but at least in terms of the football perspective, it should be okay. So it looks to be okay. So I am very optimistic about where Tua can go from here. And again, if Tua is good, I have them currently. We haven't done the full, on the podcast, we've been going through each division and giving records predictions for each team. There's still two divisions we have left to cover, the AFC West and South. But currently I have Miami with the highest record I've given out so far. So, if Tua is still Tua, that would make it a lot easier for them to potentially not just be a playoff team like they were last year, but a real championship contender, which I think they should be talked about as, especially if Tua is 100%, which he looks 100%. One bad throw. Okay, maybe he was just a little rusty. All right, maybe, I don't know. That was not the best play, but other than that, he looked very good. At least that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.